Hey guys, welcome to Female Adolescents. This is a podcast where the five of us,
Ayana,
Shem,
Gabby,
Zandria,
Jessa,
come together to share our thoughts on life. Today we'll be talking about religion and our belief. Now let's begin.
Okay, so what's next?
you dumb enough?
Shut up.
oh my god.
You quiet now?
Alright, so religion. Wow, this is a topic. I mean, think about it. This is like such a controversial topic, kind of.
Is it?
Kind
Yes,
of.
Andrea.
Yeah, I mean,
I know, it was a joke.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's... Okay, so the first thing that I have is, the one thing, do we really have free will? But I guess we should, explain our religious views. I think we should explain our religious views.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So are we gonna go in
Shem,
order?
In order?
No, Shem
Yeah,
had
Shem
something.
go Wait, no, she has something
Wait.
for free will, but go first. What's your religious views? What do you know? Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I don't know. What's
I
the meaning
I
of
am-
religion? That's the question.
I'm Christian and I believe that Jesus is the Messiah. I'm Catholic and Christian, so but
Wait, isn't that
they're the same
Pretty much
thing.
the same thing.
You still believe that Jesus is the one that died on the cross for you.
so? Well, since this is kind of late still, but religion is the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. So, synonyms: faith, belief, worship, creed, all that great stuff. That's what creed means. Whoa!
Assassin's Creed.
Whoa!
A system of Christian or other religious beliefs, a faith.
Oh.
Bruh, I've been meaning to
Assassin's
search up
Creed
what creed means.
No.
For the longest
What
time.
creed
good.
meant.
Creed meant. Sorry. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I
And if-
believe in Jesus and God.
Yeah, I believe that he died on the cross for us.
Pretty sure
To save
we all
us.
do.
We're
Yeah.
all Christian.
Yeah.
So, or we all believe in God and worship.
I went to
Well,
church
yeah.
today.
I go to church every Sunday.
I listened to Christian music this morning by myself. People getting texts. Sorry, Dan.
It's actually a YouTube notification.
Okay, so we're all on the same page with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's our belief. So we're kind of looking at it from that
perspective.
point,
Our
that viewpoint,
standpoint.
yeah. But I think we should also talk about religion in kind of think of other people, think from other people's shoes.
Yeah.
Like
So,
Hindu,
yeah, and,
Muslim.
You can't
Buddhist
eat
and-
the cows.
kind of know them because I learned them in school. at
I
one
never
point.
learned them.
Really?
We learned them in primary
What
school.
religion is it
Oh,
where
really?
you can't eat meat that's not kosher, or some meat that? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Worthless
I
people.
don't really know different religions.
Seven Day
so-
Advent. I'm kidding. I don't
This
know.
is going to be. I think this is going to be an interesting podcast with some maybe some deeper
Seven Day
stuff going on.
Adventists don't eat meat, right? Or
Pork.
Yeah,
Pork.
we don't pork.
Okay, so the first one. Now that you know all of our religious views, I think the first thing that we could talk about is: do we really have free will?
Yes.
Because as Christians, it's said God gives us free will. So
What is free will?
We're allowed to do.
let's search that up
we're
too.
allowed to
We
do
have
what
a
we
choice.
want. Yeah.
I don't know.
Same. Free will.
Oh,
God didn't
this
make
whole
us-
diagram, watch me.
God didn't make us to be robots. To
Free
serve
will,
him.
the power of acting without the constraint of necessity or fate.
The bad
ability-
necessity.
The ability, the ability to act at one's own discretion, given readily voluntarily.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Do we have free will? Shem,
Yes.
start us off. You had something for this for the beginning.
Dude. I was trying to drum roll. Oops.
I believe yes we do, because I know a lot of people would say they tend to say if God knows everything you're gonna do,
That's me.
does that mean you have free will? But to me, yes, because I can know that once I leave this house, you're going to shower, do this. I know what temperature, what time we're gonna drop sleep, all that. I'm
That's
not
true.
obstructing you anyway from doing that, or also to do that. And also if how should I say this? One perfect example, I guess, for me, that we have free will is that God wants, God has set a path for, us all, but you have people that are murderers and stuff, and I'm 100% sure that was not God's
Intention.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
way
true.
that he wanted them to be.
Yeah.
So he had, that person could have actually studied in school and become some lawyer that would help tons of people not be prosecuted, but because of sin and horrible people, they decide to, instead I'm gonna end up joining a gang, doing this and that, going to jail.
That makes sense.
So
Go shoot up the
God
bank.
allows, even though He doesn't want us to turn out that way, He allows us to, because we're not His puppets. He says,
That's
I have
true.
this way, a beautiful way you can live your life, but if you choose to go the wrong path, I will still love you, and there will be times where I may try to lead you away from what is wrong, but I'm still gonna allow you to follow that, even though it's gonna break my heart. So it's like, He knows what we're gonna do, but He still allows us to do it. Sometimes we wish He wouldn't, because a lot of times it's bad. But so yes, we do have free will.
Snot, come true with the facts, bro.
That's so true, though.
Ooh. Like, honestly, if you think of it like that. So, anybody else have anything to add? Or
No,
like to
not really.
disagree with something with this? Okay.
You're a philosopher.
Well, I'm going to challenge. I'm not necessarily challenge it, but I'm going to think, like we said, some people say that if God knows everything, which I think like that's true. Like in my brain, I see like two paths, right? Yes, we have free will because we do get to choose. Okay, I'm gonna go in sin per se. I'm gonna go steal something, or I'm gonna go pray. You know, like I don't know, something like that. Like you decide if you're gonna go do the right thing or the wrong thing, and it's your choice. But like you were saying, like, is it really your choice if God already planned it? Like if you have you have the option. Like oh my goodness, I just thought of this. Okay, it's like a video game. You only have so many options to choose from. And it's your choice, you can choose, but it's not completely your choice because you have to choose the options that were given to you.
Well, that's true.
Oh my god, I just thought of that! I feel so smart. Oh wait. Oh, okay, wait. But like, okay. So I do believe we have free will because I can choose to be good or bad. Well, in a sense, because good or bad is like a whole bigger, different topic.
Oh, that's
but
like
that's
Undertale.
besides the way. I don't know what that is.
It's a video game where you choose which way. You
Yeah,
go.
or like episode. Like you only have a
Yeah,
couple of options, so you have to choose those. And
Or
yes,
like
it's
Life
your
is
choice.
Strange.
Oh my god, yes.
So, it's like yes, you have free will, and I say that you can choose these things, but like God, I guess God didn't plan for you to go to like hell or to do wrong things that would lead you there. He wants you to go, but if He has a plan for your life, and He knows everything, and you're doing, it's kind of like, you know, like He kind of like planned, like I'm using quote, like air quotes, planned for you to do that bad thing. Like I'm not saying God is a terrible person and like He wants us to go kill people. Like I'm obviously not saying I do not believe that, but well, like you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sorry.
I zoned out. I'm sorry.
Wait, you mean no?
If God has a plan for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And He knows what's gonna happen. He knew it was gonna happen from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And He knew you were gonna go kill a person.
Yeah.
And He made you. Didn't He, like, in a way,
He planned for you to kill people?
Yeah.
No.
But in a way, He kind like.
Well, because I believe that.
Well-
I still believe He planned for you to have that good path in life that you could have chosen, but He knows that you're still gonna choose.
You know.
And then
Sorry, continue.
no, you can.
I was gonna say, I just like okay, I just realized it's like not just God, because I mean it is, God is the overall being, but there's also like the devil who is also
who tempts you
tempting you, and who's okay. So there we go. Okay, so let me like restate everything I just said. So from the beginning of time, God planned for you to be alive. And He wants you to choose the right options to go to heaven. But the devil comes up and is like, oh, no, you should go this way. I want you to come with me. Okay, never mind. We have free will. Sorry, guys, never mind. Let me just shut up.
just had a nice little application.
I'm legit making it seem like God is like this some evil person, and like I don't believe that. Like I'm seeming like I'm not a Christian. Like, I'm a Christian, I promise. I mean, like yes, I am. Okay, I'm sorry. Like okay, shut up now. Okay.
That was
You can turn yourself in.
Honestly, if I keep okay, shush now. I was gonna say it's kind of like predestination. How we learned about it in history class about how
The elect or chosen.
yeah, how people believe that God picked who's gonna go to heaven. But
I don't
I'm
think
just
He
gonna
picked who's gonna go to heaven. I think He knows who's going. I don't think He's like, okay, you and you coming with me. You go right together. But the rest of them, banana. I think He knows. I know you will stick by me. And sadly, the rest of Anna, are going to, and the rest of Anna are going to not be with me and instead go down the wrong way of life.
Yeah. Yeah, the camera cut off, and so, yeah, but ignore everything that I was just saying. Yeah, just ignore me. Okay. I'm just gonna dig myself into this whole podcast. I was talking about how it's kind of like predestination. Was that before or after?
No.
Talk what you said.
That was
Yeah, that was what we just
Okay.
covered.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah.
Wait, did we mention predestination?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Because
About the
that's
elect.
why. That's how I said. But
Yeah, he didn't say
by
Banyu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, second thought. Okay. Thoughts on other religions, and do you believe all religions are linked? Anyway.
Me. I want to start.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't like the thing that Christians do. Well, not Christians, but like every religion does this, where you'll see religion as like, I mean, like it's good to see religion like as the greater one, but at the same time, don't go up to other people and be like, oh, your religion is stupid because you worship all these gods or
that's true,
whatever,
that's
or like don't force
offending.
people to convert to your religion. I hate that. I mean, I don't hate, but like it's just so annoying when people try, like some Christians try to convert. No, else what I hate, there are some Christians where they try and say that, like, for instance, Catholic isn't, like, whatever, it's, like, whatever, and it's, like, it literally falls under the same category. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or I don't like it when, I forgot which group it is, but they're here, where it's like, they would tell you through and through about their religion, and how,
Jehovah's Witness?
and how, like, you need to convert, but then when you're trying to tell them about yours, they're shut up, never mind, you're going now, it's like, hello, dude. One-sided much, but I don't like that. Like, I believe that, two people with opposite religions can hold a conversation about each other's religion and like listen to each other's point of view. But I don't think you should like just shut them down, like,
or try to like convert them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're up to it, then yes. But if you're just straight up forcing them to, like, say you're Christian and you're going up to someone that's like Hindu or something, and you're just trying to force them to listen to you talk about like God or whatever, I don't think that's right. Like, you shouldn't do that to someone.
I was saying that the whole religion thing is, you can't say someone's like religion is wrong, and like religion as a whole is kind of something that, religion, how I look at it is, or like, well, I kind of got this from my mom, but religion is like, this is someone has written rules of what you have to do, and like, you have to not eat this, you have to go to church this day, you have to do this. That's religion. And then spirituality is like your relationship with whoever you believe in.
That's like, I'm not like religious.
Yeah.
But
you can be spiritual.
Yeah, but because I don't go to church every Sunday, and like sometimes I eat bacon and all that, so I'm not religious, but I believe in God and in Jesus was his son, so I'm Christian, but I'm not religious. Yeah.
It's like some people I know, they're like, oh, you don't go to church, you're not a Christian.
Yeah.
But you don't know my relationship with God or my relationship with whoever, like what I believe in. You don't understand that. And I think that's kind of more important. Like, being spiritual is more important than being religious in my way. Like, I don't, people who are like, oh, you have to follow these rules. Like, okay, yes, that's what you believe in. Okay, you can do that. But don't force it on to somebody else. Yeah. Like a family. If your family is this religion or is really religious and follows this, and you're, like, I know you want your child and stuff to be, like, the same religion as you, but you can't force it on them, because then they're just going to resent you. Like, say, a 7-day Adventist person, they would not make their children eat bacon, not make them eat, like, pork, or they can't do anything on Saturdays, they have to respect the Sabbath and stuff. But if I don't necessarily believe that's necessary, or if I don't necessarily believe that I'm like, okay, maybe I'm still Christian, I'm not 7-day Adventist, and I don't believe that stuff, I should be able to, like, live my life, as long as I have, like, I just feel like you should be able to live your life, and you want your kids, or you want people to be, like, have a relationship with, like, someone like God, but you shouldn't force them to. And so,
I dislike it when, like, you would have, like, people in church, mind you, I can only, like, say this from, like, a Christian church or type point of view, but like how you go to church, you'd have people that swear, you know, they know God better than anyone else. They have the best relationship. They don't sin and they're just perfect. But then when you see them out, they're going on with all sorts of badness, and you like, hold on. And but then you'd have someone that probably does not read their Bible as much, don't be taking notes, but they actually, like, they're not two-faced how they act in church.
That's
how they go on outside.
And they have a lot of those.
And I feel like when people see that, they get this bad overall view on just any religion. And especially if, like, people try to, like, you know, go into, like, force their religion onto people and how, oh, our religion is right, all the rest are wrong, then it just gives a bad reputation for everyone else who is that religion when it's not that.
Exactly.
So, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's...
But what my dad says is that Christianity is a relationship with God and not necessarily a religion. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, because you can be a Christian and not have never set foot in a church. Like, because yes, it says give time and like go to the place where whatever it says in the Bible about going to church, but you can still have a relationship with God. Maybe you don't have a Bible. Maybe you can't afford a Bible. Maybe you're in a place where you can't have a Bible or you will die. Yeah. You don't have to have a Bible to be a Christian. If you have a relationship with God and you know in your heart that you have spoken to God and He knows your heart and you believe you have a relationship with Him, you can be a Christian. And yes, of course, you may sin and like you may do things that doesn't seem very like Christian, like, or like even any religion, like you might not seem like your religion that you say you are, but if you like God, you know, it's between you and your whoever you believe in,
Holy
you know?
deity.
Yeah. So, and then wait, sorry, were you saying something?
No, mine was a question. No wrong question. You can.
I was gonna say the reason why I asked are religions linked is because one day I was with my aunt and we were driving. Me and my sister, we were driving with her, and she was saying, she said something along the lines of, people who are like religious and have their thing, they all have their gods that they believe would save them, and it's all kind of like the same person. They all think, okay, they might not call them God, we might not call him Allah, we might not call him those things, but they're all not necessarily the same thing, but they all believe in something and it's their God, so it's kind of like the same. And not to say religions are all linked, like Christianity is Buddhism and all that stuff, but you all believe in something greater than yourself, and you all pray or like talk to or worship something higher than you. So that's why I've kind of asked, like, do you think religions are kind of linked in a way? I think
like a lot of them, not necessarily saying they're linked, but like especially those that only have one God, they pray to a higher being. Yeah. But I realize a lot of them, the way you differentiate them is who they believe the Messiah was.
That's the difference between the religions.
Some of them believe, oh, it was this prophet who was the chosen one from God. We believe it's Jesus.
Some people don't believe he has come.
Yeah, some people don't believe the one has come.
The Jews.
Yeah, so I think mainly it depends on who they believe the Messiah is. But I think overall we all pray to the same God.
In a way, yeah.
In a way. And mind you, also with the rules and stuff, depending on, like, I don't know, the rules in the Quran or the Torah and all that. So the rules would be different. And so, like, I don't believe they're necessarily all linked, but they
all have some of the same aspects of it.
Yeah, because especially if you believe, you know, all of us came from a certain group of people. When they first were believing in the God, they would all have, okay, there's this higher being, and they all first worshiped that higher being, and then as the prophets came for different religions, and then the people multiplied and spread into groups, then one group may believe, oh, this person is the Messiah, this group thinks, so this person's the Messiah, but overall they still worship that one person. So same but different.
And yeah.
Because this question is more based on Christian. Like do you think it was harder to be a Christian then, like back, like before, like BC or AD?
I think it's harder. It's harder now.
You think it's harder now?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking back in BC,
BC,
they had to believe.
it was before Christ.
Yeah.
So you can't say they were Christians.
Well, no, not. I mean us, like us Christians, because BC they would have to. Cause I forgot who I asked in school, but it was like how would the people that believed in God before Jesus came, like, I don't know what I said, but like, I want to say go to heaven or something like that. And then they had to have faith that God was going to send the chosen one. So it's like, mind you, you may have been born thousands of years before Jesus was born, but you still had to be
that's what I was
faithful that he would send someone. Well, now you have to believe that that person came.
Because I was thinking the same thing, because they were Jews. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
They were Jews, and the Jews were the ones who were like, okay, Jesus is coming and stuff, but I don't get how that works now, because they don't believe Jesus came. So does that mean that they don't go to heaven?
No, I think Jews believe Jesus came, but he was just another prophet, not
that he wasn't the chosen one, the Messiah.
You know what's weird with our religion though is like we, like as Christians, we believe one thing like so strongly, and that ours is right, I guess. But then say a different religion believes the same thing. So if you like got together, you wouldn't really know which one is
real. Yeah.
I guess that's where the whole faith thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Majorly
comes in. Basically.
And I always wonder, like, let's say, like, again from a Christian standpoint, is like.
Are we recording this?
Yeah. When God does come, those who, like, don't believe in God or believe in a different God, because I'm pretty sure they would come to the realization, like, oh crap, we were wrong. Not saying that they are wrong, but that's how they would think, or they would be like, or those who probably were introduced to Christianity but still was like, oh, no such thing. Like, if they would be like, shh, if only, like, I wonder what would be going through their minds, like, jeez, sorry. So it's like, that's what, like, because personally, me, if I was atheist and then I see Jesus and God come, I'd be like, oi.
You saw people looking up into the sky. You're like, oh God.
Like, oi, you see, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I get a Bible? Like, I would feel like crap. And then especially you have 7 years to like.
I don't know. You mean tribulation?
No,
what?
Tribulation.
Revelation.
No, it's called tribulation. That's 7 years.
Yeah.
I was asking how long. So it's a 7-year period?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
After the end of the world, but before everyone
You
gets
mean after the rapture?
Yes.
I
No.
don't like that.
Bejin, I talking about when Jesus come.
There's like a 7-year like war period or something.
Yeah, and then those people can still convert. And he'll take those who do convert, even though it'll be really difficult because of the creatures ravaging the earth.
Tribulation, my goodness, we're not listening to
But
me.
at first, that wasn't my question enough. My question
but
was
I
how
think it
long?
was 7 years.
It was 7 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. I said a tribulation, not you.
Oh my god.
Okay, alright, continue.
Okay, you're right.
I think so. That's what it's happening.
So during the 7-year period, the 7-year period, if I was an atheist, I would be trying so hard to convert. I would be getting every Bible, be in my little hole. I'd be studying that, and then I would think that, but still, you gonna tell me people still not gonna do that after the crap that they be seeing?
That's true.
Because I remember I asked Mr. Benjamin that.
Our Bible teacher, by the way.
Yeah, and he was like saying like, for those people who I don't like God, even though you know it's real, would you still want to be somewhere where you would have to spend time forever with the person you don't like, or the person you never grew up like having faith in? And I was like, true, if I didn't like him, but I think me myself, I would convert. I'd be fake to my old religion. I'd be like, you garbage. Keep going.
No, wait, just be like, don't worry about that.
Burn it, boy.
To bleep on the name of the book we
Throw away the beep.
you want to believe in reincarnation?
Reincarnation? No.
Nor do I.
Your soul is your soul, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I say when I come back, I'm gonna be this,
Yeah,
but
me
I don't
too.
actually believe that.
Yeah.
I feel when you're dead, you're dead. You're not coming back.
You have one soul.
Yeah.
Because I be
there's no
thinking
coming
like,
back for you.
how? Because I think if you hear jumping bodies or whatever you want to call it, being reincarnated from the beginning of time, you gonna have a lot of personalities, and I personally think mentally you must be screwed up somewhere.
No, but
can't tell
the
me
thing with
perfectly
reincarnation, you don't
normal.
remember. You're not gonna remember.
Do you
coming
know?
back.
Oh wait, do you know those videos? Like, there's one of the boy,
Yeah.
how he like could tell his life story before, and it was
Yes.
accurate to where the area was.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
saw
think
that
of that?
conspiracy theory. I mean, I think it's freaky.
Yeah.
I find that
scary,
I don't want to
boy.
call it a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
I
say
don't think
that's
it
a
is.
coincidence, but I feel I don't know. Maybe there's something deeper to that. Like maybe it's God saying something. Oh, the phone's ringing. I don't want to say that's a coincidence necessarily, but maybe there's like something deeper below like all of
Because
that.
I personally think with also like, it's kind of like how you hear about people who go in comas and wake up speaking a whole different language.
Oh, I wonder that.
I think
Speaking Korean, boy.
it could be linked to that, or like, I not go live, but me, I believe in ghosts and duppy and them things.
Yeah.
So
Spirits is real.
I wouldn't be surprised if the ghost doing something to them people, and like, I wouldn't be surprised if you can see like the past lives or like what demons will you see. So then that would just like influence people to be like, shh, my religion not real because I believe in reincarnation now, and the religions that don't believe in reincarnation, that would help stir people away. So that could be.
It's kind of like deja vu too.
Yeah.
Because I was with one woman who is like one church woman. She was talking about how deja vu is like, she doesn't believe it's like a coincidence, like, oh, this happened. She feels like it's a deeper thing and it's God showing you something. Because when I went away to Barbados, my mom gave away our mixer to the Grenada group. It was a NutriBullet and she gave it away. And it was the most deja vu. I was like, I remember this. I remember her calling them over, giving it to them, him being like, oh my God, can I get a hug? And that's what he said. He was like, I'm a hugger. Can I give you a hug? And I was like, this is so deja vu. Like, maybe, or I don't know how much longer. Maybe like a month, a couple of weeks before we had gone, I had that. And then, or like, not that I knew it, but I just, when it happened, I was like, oh my God, this is such deja vu. And then after I said it out loud, that's when the woman was telling me about, or telling us, she was like, I don't believe deja vu is a coincidence. I feel like this is God saying that was your purpose. Like, you were meant to be here to give it to them. Because they had gone through the hurricane, and the hurricane destroyed their island a lot, so they didn't have anything, and they had to like, people had to help them to come back to the competition because they couldn't really afford to go. And she was like, and their coach was even sick as well, like he had surgery on something and he was walking with a cane, and she was like, I believe it was God like telling you this is right, you were supposed to give it to them. So I don't know,
I have deja vu me walking in my kitchen and me picking something out the fridge.
that's just you going to the fridge too much.
Me going there too much.
But like, it's just, there's like so many things that happen that people would call coincidence, but it could have a deeper meaning, and it's like, maybe it's a sign or something. I don't know. It's just,
you know
like,
what the Shane Dawson theory of it is, though?
What?
It was like, each time of deja vu, it's like showing how we switch to parallel universes.
Oh
or
yes,
something.
I saw that.
I don't like any of it. It's just scary. And
The
like,
whole- That's like interesting to to think that there's a parallel universe.
Because
Like, there's
there's-
multiple parallel
there's
universes
actual
around.
videos of like the sky glitching or something. Have you seen that?
No,
I
hey,
should show
that
you
goes
that.
into the question: are we living in a simulation?
I don't believe that, but because the people that control this simulation bunging up my
Hey,
life.
good time. You need to do better. You need to do better.
Like, nah, we need to get some simulation.
They put in
parts or
one
something.
tape that says like problems. Okay, that's for that person.
It's like, okay, now we're gonna do this to your
there's-
life.
I think I should share that video, but there's literally a video of a plane glitching, like half of it disappears out of the sky.
Hard. I mean,
Maybe it's the glitch of the thing.
the camera.
Yeah, the camera.
But like people like found that the source of the video is actually real.
You see, now that's
And
interesting.
so when you see things like that, it makes you think like
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah. Because like the idea of assimilation, like if you don't know, let us educate you with the less of the
What
least
exactly
amount.
is a parallel universe? It's like someone like there's a
Alternate
multiple
universe?
of us. Like
Yeah.
There? Okay.
That plays in to the Mandela effect.
Yes, I was gonna say that. I was
The Monopoly man had a monocle. I don't care. You say he had a monocle.
Mandela.
Um,
I've heard that word before. Why not?
there's a lot of things that
He needs something on his eye. I look bland.
What's the Mandela effect again?
you know what the Mandela effect
I
is.
know. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure I've heard it before, but I don't remember what it
I
is.
can't search it up on my phone.
I can probably explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it ties into like, this whole big theory about how we're switching to different universes. Like they're parallel universes.
Mhm.
It's the same universe as this one. There's just like a few things off.
Mhm.
And it so friends, here's an example of one. Do you remember the movie Snow White? We all watched Snow
Oh
White.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god,
What-
this one freaked me out so
What
bad.
did what was it, the evil lady?
The evil
What
queen
did she evil queen?
or whatever she was.
What did the evil queen say to the mirror? Tell me what you think she said.
Mirror on the wall, who's the first of them all?
No, she didn't.
No,
say
she
that.
didn't.
You
Oh,
can
good.
rewatch.
Hate it.
I can go on my phone.
Oh my
who has their
God.
phone?
My
I
phone's
could
recording.
literally- Someone give me their phone. I could
My phone's
literally show you like the video, and she does not say.
She
What
doesn't
did
say it. She says.
Wait, give me. Who has
What did she say? Isn't like.
Wait,
I
I believe
don't
that
know.
ties
Say
in.
it. Search it up.
Let me search it.
I hate it. It's,
Or okay,
there's
here.
so many things that you
watch
think.
Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
What did?
Oh my god.
Remember Luke? What was it?
I am your father.
I am your father.
He didn't
He
say
never
that.
Said that.
And it's even oh my god, even that the actor who plays him, he was talking about it about how he did say it, but if you go back to the actual movie, he never said it.
I know.
Well,
He
That's
never
scary.
did say it.
Exactly,
There's a
but
I
you
watched it.
knew that everyone used to say, "Luke, I am your father," right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
But he
That's
never
what-
said it, and that's why I hate it. Well, you see, let's tie this all back into religion, right? Again, this is a theory, and I feel that's how people try to explain life and try to explain what they can understand, always with theory. So if they don't want to believe God or they don't want to believe in a religion, they want to believe in something else, they'll come up with a theory and they'll believe in their own thing. And
True.
that's what happens in the world. And we all make up theories and we're like, okay, I don't want to believe this. This is what happened. This is like, I want to believe this instead. And
Like
that's
the
how
Big Bang
theories come.
Theory?
Exactly. They don't want to believe in a God who
believe we all
there's
came from one tree.
overall being
Oh, yeah.
and we are all created in whatever from dirt. They want to say no. I
came
need
from
like
monkey.
they don't want to believe in it because like scientists mostly they need to have facts or they want to like have proof. And since there's no proof of it necessarily,
They come with
there's like no
theories.
video. They come up with their theories so they can be like, this is proof. This is what happened. So
Then the thing about like Christianity, for instance, you literally can go to the site where like Jesus is buried. Like they found it, and so that just shows that like that is
Like,
actual.
what-
But still, people don't want to believe that.
Exactly.
I believe that because you see, some people don't want to be tied down by rules. So like they want to try to think like, oh no, God's not real, so I can do this and that and that, and I can make my own decisions. Like they don't like to be. I don't know, like I don't want to say not ruled by someone else. But so yeah, I believe some people don't want to believe in religion or believe in a higher being that knows them better than they know themselves, just because they don't like the fact that there's someone that has set out rules for them to follow, and they don't like the fact that they can't see them or touch them, and they're not like kind of like on the same playing field as them. They don't like to think there's someone of that higher caliber better than them.
that's true.
Like, it's just
So the whole reason we were talking about this was because of the question, do we believe in assimilation, and about how the glitching sky. So going back to that, we were talking. I was gonna say, I don't believe in assimilation. I don't believe someone is controlling my life and is choosing the choices for me. But the reason I asked, it was like, if you think about it in a way, again back to this stupid way I think, it's gonna get me in trouble one day, but like, in a way, not necessarily someone's controlling my life and telling me what to do, but in a way, if you think about it how I'm thinking about it, God is kind of like, no, but see, this ties in with the whole free will thing, but God is kind of like the person playing the game and playing our lives out in a way. Like he has this big board and he has the earth and then he's moving us around his little thingy.
Chessboard.
But you know, that's coming back from, we should have started with that. Anyway, but since we all believe free will, and I talked myself out and back into it, I do not believe that we live in a simulation. I just added that for that.
I actually don't know what I think. Because I don't think we do, but at the same time, I don't know how to tie, like, all this glitching stuff and all this weird things that happen, because it can't be a coincidence. Because there's too many there's too many things that happen, like, every day there's, like, a new Mandela effect. There's something new. I don't keep track of it, but there's, like, something new. And so, I don't know how this all ties into, like, religion, to be honest. Like, did God do that? You know what I used to think of God when I was younger? Is that he, like, goes home every day. And he's, like, in his, like, room that's, like, at this endless room that has, like, one little TV, one table. And he's sitting on his chair. And he has, like, all these little cameras. They're, like, invisible cameras. And he's watching all of us. And then when we die, he just hit, like, the delete button or something. Delete. And then each day he, like, creates a new person. And he, like, he types, like, this code in of, like, each personality that we have. And then, like, he can watch us what we're doing. That's how he knows what we're doing. And so then he, like, messes up. He sometimes wants to mess with us. So he, like, glitches and do these little things to mess with us to show that he's still there or something. That's how I think of it. That's how I used to think of it.
Interesting.
That's
hard.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's just a thought.
Like, that's how he's trying to show us. Like, if a plane disappears, he's trying to be like, I'm here. You can see me. Only I can do this.
He trying to show I'm still the best thing that ever came that made this Earth. Like, I'm not the best thing that came from it. I made it. Hello. So anyway, that's like such an interesting way to think.
It is.
Oh,
that's like how I used to think that when you go past the sky, you automatically going to be in you're going to be in his endless room or something. His endless room is up there. I didn't think that the sun was up there.
You know the whole multiple universe is kind of like heaven and hell. Is that thing, like, that's how, you know how heaven is not necessarily a place where you can actually go. Like, I used to believe, okay, we have this space, you have every layer of the universe, and then you keep going.
You fly to heaven.
No, if you keep going high enough, you'll reach there.
Yeah,
that's what I used to think. And then I used to think if you kept digging far enough, you'd go to hell. That's how I used to think. There's heaven and hell. There's up and above, and there's a below, right? But it's not that. You can't actually go there, but it's a place in a way. That's kind of that's how I was trying to explain the whole multi-universe thing.
Yeah, and
but it's another I think it's another dimension, you know?
Yeah, and for me, I used to be told by family, like, don't dig too far, you're going to find some demon in the ground or you're going to hell. Which, you know, that's, like, terrifying to think of.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But also I think of heaven, like, when you get in, he would, like, say your name. And then he would, like, look through his little, like, computer. Yeah, he's like, bring his computer and look at it. And then he's gonna look and find your name. And then he's gonna say, like, what your favorites are. So, your favorite food. And then, like, you just keep eating that all day. And it'd just be fun or something. Cool.
Like, that's what, like, people are like, oh, when I go to the pearly gates of heaven, you know, like, I'm gonna do this, like, just think about it. We're all lined up. We're all like, oh my god, I made it here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's like really pretty.
And then he's like, we're all in line waiting. We're like, guys, guess what? Yeah, I made it. Yeah, no. And then you roll up to the gate, and then he's like, you're not on the list. You were in the wrong place. So, and then his angels come out, and they drag you, and they send you down the dungeon.
No, he has a trap door, so just
Wait, so that's what heaven looks like. But did you ever imagine what hell looks like? Was I the one that did that?
That doesn't even look like, you know, in them caves?
Like,
limestone.
It's what I used to think was that you would just, it's like this endless area, and like since orange and red is like the color of evil, the whole area would just be like orange and red. And there would be, like, lava or something. And then the devil just pushes people in the lava, and then you would burn to death, and then you'd come back, and then you just keep repeating that cycle.
Oh, like the nether? The nether.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Like, how I picture it is, like, something like a cave, like, these jagged rocks and stuff.
Yeah, like that, too.
And then just fire.
And you just internally burning.
I just see you're burning. In
now
my opinion, you're externally
that
burning. You're just burning every single day of your...
If you tell someone that, they're gonna be I don't want to go down there.
Oh my god. See, that's why they tell you you're gonna burn in hell.
Yeah,
And
so I used to
that's
think
why
that
when
you get
you're
pushed in
younger,
lava.
when you're younger, you're just like, you don't want to go, like how what's his name, Richie Righteous was saying. He was like, like you tell a child, it's either you can go to heaven where it's all nice and there's gold streets, or you can go to hell where you're gonna burn. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go to, but like it's like I don't know. Like, I personally do not enjoy thinking about the end times and what happens after death. That's my biggest fear. I have an extreme fear. I have like a legit panic attack once I think too far into it. So like
I used to be like that too.
It's terrible. I hate it.
But then what? I'm sorry if this scares you, but what scares it scares me like it used to scare me a lot when I was younger. But now I'm kind of like I don't know. But the thing that people say is that when you die, it's just gonna be empty. It's gonna be like dark.
Exactly.
And then you're just gonna see this light appear, and you're gonna follow that light, and you're gonna get to heaven. Now, in my opinion, if I wake up and I just in some empty darkness, I'm gonna start having a panic attack. I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna be like, what is this foolishness?
I think you're gonna wake up in empty darkness.
What's the other thing?
wake up in light, bro.
There's another one where when you die, first what happens before you go to heaven is that a slideshow of your life plays before you, and then you go.
Oh,
Then you see the light, and then you go.
I don't wanna see
so like black spot there, bro.
I feel like that all day.
It'd be only the best moments or something.
Oh, that's great.
I feel sorry for
I'll be in my
Ariana.
bed.
Like, God forbid, knock on every window to man. But like, something happens to especially someone like you, where like, God forbid, again, you get like shot or something.
Oh, Jesus.
So then, you know,
What?
like
I just died on the spot?
no, you're dying. So you know you're bleeding out.
Oh, so I know I'm gonna die.
So you know you're gonna.
And there's nothing that.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Because I think, but that's why.
I gotta like someone put something on.
That's what I'm transdermal patch, whatever she's talking about. Stop my bleeding real quick. I need to know.
Like,
Everyone would like to die
like quick. Asleep, you know, where they don't know, where it's like you go
That's
sleep
my hope.
and you
when
stay
I'm
sleeping.
145.
But so for someone that really wants to die like that and that will end up happening.
Oh. Yeah, you know, I called dying last out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you all know. And I remember.
I'm kidding.
I called first. It's okay. I called dying last, and yes, that's what you don't want to die last because you don't want all your friends and family to leave. But Alana, I want to be the last one to die.
I have one thing. So
I call it.
You know, a lot of people kill themselves, right? This is a really dark topic. Mm-hmm. But we always think about being like they want to get rid of problems. Mm-hmm. What if someone kills themselves because they want to get to heaven faster?
To me, that don't make sense because in the Bible it says don't kill yourself.
Yeah, because
there are some people that think like that.
That's why I don't think I would ever kill myself.
I could never consider.
I saw something like
I don't want to go to hell. I'm not killing myself.
Like, in my Bible, it said kill yourself. You go in hell. No,
exactly.
I saw something like that. Where
someone killed himself to get to heaven faster.
No, someone was posting about that on like Tumblr. Of course, Tumblr.
Yeah.
But they were saying about how if I die right now, like if I kill myself, I can get closer to God. I'll be.
Sweetie, no, you can't. You're going to hell. You going to
hell. In my opinion, that's stupid to think like
no,
that.
It is.
No, hold on. In the Ten Commandments, it says, "Thou shalt not kill." So basically, you killing yourself is basically breaking one of God's rules. And so you end up going to hell.
I know a lot of people. Like I forgot which trailer it was, but I saw it in the trailer when one woman, her daughter died because there was some brother going around killing girls or women, females, and when that happened, she drowned herself. And she had like they showed her on the bridge, and she was like, don't worry, sweetie, I'll be with you soon. And then she jumped. This brother man ended up saving her. She ended up going 7 days back in time and was supposed to solve this whole thing. But I'm thinking like that, like people who think that be like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself so I can be with the person. They'd be like, well, if they in heaven,
poor thing, you're not gonna be with them. And if you're in hell, you're not gonna enjoy your time with them.
And honestly, I don't think I could kill myself because I don't like pain, pretty much.
I couldn't shoot myself. I couldn't
no.
I don't know.
I just couldn't. I just could not
because of the fact to be like, I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I don't want to know.
No, quick. Because of the fact I know I'm most likely going. Well, you see, I say most likely because I asked one of our old Bible teacher, and he was like, I don't know, because that depends on your relationship with God. And in my opinion, I still think if you kill yourself, that's an automatic ticket to hell. That's what I believe, and that's why I would not kill myself. Well, that's not the only reason, but that's the main reason I would not kill myself, because I don't want an automatic ticket to hell. Like, but
like people who do that, they don't really realize what's gonna happen. They just want to get out of their situation,
or they don't believe that would happen, because a lot of the time maybe they don't have a belief like that
through their mind. Like they think of everything else but not that. And so that's like why you can't really say anything. Well, I mean, you can obviously have your opinion about it, but you can't really say anything because they don't know they're going to hell. They're just thinking they're gonna end their problems. They don't know. But also, so we were talking about how hell is like how it's just like this like orange red like spiky area or like a cave. What do you think about the thing that people say is that hell will actually be just a reoccurring like bad memory in your life? Like say you had this memory of you working at this job that you hated. Hell will just be you working at that job for the rest of eternity.
But that's not nearly as terrible as what hell really is. You burning for the rest of your...
For the rest of eternity.
For however long it is.
For eternity.
Yeah.
Forever.
The whole thing just gets
Forever
me.
and ever.
That whole eternity, like when you die, you're going to be in heaven for eternity living your best life, or you're going to be in hell burning for eternity living your worst life.
And I can't comprehend the
I cannot. I cannot.
But I think also when you're in heaven, you don't comprehend it.
You don't pay attention to time, but
time doesn't exist in heaven.
But you see, that's what gets me. Okay, here on Earth, right now, we know there's gonna come a point. It could be 2 seconds from now. It could be years from now. You don't know when, but you know there's gonna come a point where you will die, and you are going on to something, whether it's good or bad, or that's just what we believe. You're gonna go on. It's not just gonna end. You're gonna go on to something good or bad. All right. But when you get there, is there something else to look forward to, or like I don't like that. See, this is what scares me the most. You don't
like
know
not knowing.
Yeah,
so you wouldn't take a bullet for someone because you don't want to die.
No,
of course.
In my opinion,
it depends.
Never mind.
It depends on the person, but if it's like a friend
that's
that
so
I love,
sweet. I would not do that.
listen.
I would hate being stuck in a situation where it's like.
Maybe I lift up my leg and try. I lift up my leg and try.
But it still hit me.
Well, you see, I tried.
If you were like stuck in a situation where it's like we were held captive.
Held captive.
Ayana no say she'd like take her Jesus.
No. I'd be straight up there. I'd be like, sir, I am the most irrelevant person here. I swear, I have no money. I am broke. I'm stupid. Take that one. She does not. Take Gabby. Gabby, take that one.
She's fake. Boom. She was a bad friend. You guys are welcome.
Yo, if that happened to me, I would be wherever I am. I would be so pissed off. I'd be like, but wait, this never supposed to happen. I feel dumb.
Wait, this might be scary, but have you thought about...
God.
So if there is a heaven, right, how come when we die, how come people don't talk about it? Like,
what?
Like,
We haven't died
it doesn't
yet.
no. When you die, how come you don't like see heaven? Like, why do you just like? Why when you die, it's just like that's it. There's no more to see.
There is more to see.
No.
That's heaven.
Yeah, but like if it's just your soul, that means you're not gonna really be there. It's just gonna be your soul there, which
Because
means that
our
you
bodies-
physically won't be able to actually see what it is. You'll just.
Because God says that.
This is why I don't think about these things.
God says that when we're in heaven, we'll be in our like holy form. Because God,
See
I
something.
We're
believe
gonna be beautiful.
us, our
God
human
make you
forms,
deformed.
I believe that are pure or holy, like
They're
you know,
not.
like
That's
you
what
know, you
messed me
have
up as a
people that would
kid.
be, you know, for they're married, and that's not something you should do for
Fornication.
a Christian point of
Fornication.
view. Yeah. So stuff like that. So I believe you wouldn't want that. You'd want, like, me personally, if I was going to heaven, I wouldn't want this body. I would want the purest form of what I can be. Me personally, like, mind you, some people, like, I would like to still be looking like this when I'm in
No, not me. Cannot relate.
For me, I would want to be, I don't care whether I'm one white slab with a black outline. If that's the purest version of me,
Make that me.
Yeah. So, and that's like to me, like, well, me, because I don't know, I'm me. Like, the whole, my body not being there and a business. The eternity thing, I don't care because I'm spending eternity
You wouldn't be able to feel the
Gucci life. So
Well, yeah, you see, you
I
won't
know.
care.
Gucci
You won't
sweats.
care when you're there.
But
Like
when
you'll
I'm
be having a
here,
great
I'd
time.
be thinking an eternity is one long damn time.
Exactly.
But I'd be like, it gonna be worth it. That's me. Like how I think. I'd be like, it gonna be long, but it gonna be awesome. So.
But
it
you
can
see,
be
like you're
long
living
forever.
for something here. Like you have reason to be on Earth, to either go to heaven or go to hell.
What's your purpose up there?
Yeah.
To enjoy your time. That's your
Well,
purpose.
you know.
Can we
This
I
is why we
hate
don't
Jesus.
think of this. No.
Can you hug me? I want to give him a hug.
We are not in our physical state, we're in our
Okay, but can
We're
I
spirit.
spiritually hug Jesus?
Yes, yes you can.
I'm a no me. Well, first
I'll
of
never
all,
leave him. I say hi.
For you,
I'm a clingy.
I'm clingy.
Exactly. I'm like hi.
You have to see like in movies where like they try and like touch someone that's all holy. They don't actually touch it. Like
They go through them.
they.
Oh,
Just,
stop!
like they just
That's
first
so
like
freaky.
touching them back.
Yeah.
Like I would.
This is why I don't like talking about it.
Watch me do Tony from Infinity War where he tried to grab Peter and then Peter just disappears. I'll do that and then but then I'll do like
Just like don't touch me.
he'll swap my hand. He'd be like no.
I'd be laughing at you. Personally, I'd be like, I gotta.
I'd be like, but then you see, I wouldn't have any sad emotions. I'd be like, that's okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's why I don't like thinking about this. Because
Same.
when I was younger, I always used to question, like, okay, we're going to go heaven. Like, that's good. But how'd that work? How'd that work?
I was
like,
a different child. I was ready. I was like,
How
let's
does
go,
that
let's
work?
do this.
The whole process.
I would have panic attacks every night thinking about it. Like, so
That's why I
it's
don't
just
think
gonna
about
be
it.
blackout. That's what's gonna happen. Like,
No,
Well,
like,
I think 'cause the
when
thing
you
is, like,
die-
you think that when this happens, you're gonna know, but in reality, you're not gonna know.
Yeah, but like think about it. Like okay, like you know. Oh, what movie is it?
It's like when people are in a coma.
7 minutes. I'm kidding.
And like
Kidding.
Guardians of the Galaxy when he died, and his body they did that fire thing and he went in to be with the stars, and they did that. Or like you know when someone dies and then their body like raises up and you know all the sparkles and dust specks. Well, not your like you know goes into the sky, like. Is that like your like what is that like when you die is your soul gonna like you know in those movies where like you see the smoke
yes.
raising up
Yeah, but
like
some people say
I mean
that
you
There
don't
are
see you there's no
videos-
process but you know that's kind of
There's
interesting
a video
if that's
of
how it
this
was.
motorcycle crash where the guy where you can see like you see like this little like spirit thing come out.
Not bloods. No, I could never. That
I
would be
don't
too
think
freaky
so.
for me.
Some people believe that right when you die, you go to heaven. Some people believe that you die and have to wait
Yeah.
until God
I don't
comes.
want to talk about this topic anymore. It's like freaky to think about.
I'm surprised. I'm like not having a real panic
Yeah,
attack.
me, it's like,
Me.
'cause I think of it, it's
think
like
I figured
people
out
in
that I
a
can't
coma,
deal
when
with
they
it.
wake up, they're not gonna be like, yo, I was sleeping for 5 years, fam.
That's not the
Like-
thing. Where are you in a coma? Like, are you
You're
just
still
sleeping?
dead. Yeah, you're just sleeping. That's
But
like
what are you seeing?
nothing. It's like when
No,
you're
can't
doing-
you dream when you're in a coma?
Yeah.
Probably, but you don't remember it. That's like when people do surgeries and they put someone to sleep. You may
But
be
you can
able-
have a dream,
possibly, but you're not gonna remember it.
or you could have an out of body experience. You know those like
Shane Dawson talked about it.
God.
How as a kid he could like go to sleep and then all of a sudden he could like float out of
Okay.
his house and then like see all the houses or something in
I
his
believe that's
neighborhood.
imagination.
High key, it is.
My aunt said, would this be considered out of body experience? Well, she said that she saw the crucifixion of Jesus, but it wasn't like she went back in time or anything. It's like she was like there. She had like experienced it. I don't know if that
couldn't
makes
that be
sense.
like imagination too? If Shane's imagination.
Well, yeah, but she just said that was like something, and I was like, that would be a situation.
I wouldn't want to see that. Like, yeah, you would get like a, oh wow, but I would cry my eyes out for the rest of my
Legit.
life. I'd be like,
I
no
hate
man,
watching
what are you
Passion
gonna do
of the
this
Christ.
for?
Oh yeah.
Don't watch it. That's the point.
Watch it.
No, I
was
don't. I have. I
gruesome,
don't
bro.
watch it.
Bro, that hurts my heart every
Honestly,
time.
same.
Exactly.
Bro, if I was married,
Oy.
if God came to me like you're gonna have my son, be like, hold up.
Can
hold on.
we not do that again? Can
Once he's born, I'd be like, boy, you don't go nowhere.
You stay right here.
If I lost him, oi.
when she left him at the church preaching,
Oh yeah.
Oh, and if I see him trip up and drop,
I said, Jesus, no, come, you're okay.
I'm like, you just sit here, don't go nowhere. Just
I
sit
would
here,
carry him
please.
everywhere. He could be 20 odd years old. I'd be carrying him. Say, come
I
baby.
back up stuff here.
Like that. Oh wait, you know what? What were we gonna talk about? Oh, we were talking about kind of like a deeper meaning to life and like your purpose.
Oh.
Do you think it, like, I remember I don't know who I was talking about. I think Andrew. I was talking about Andrew. For people who don't believe in something greater, like atheists, right? And they don't believe in anything, do they like, what's the purpose of that? Like, do you think you have a purpose? No, Andrew.
No, I don't think they have a purpose.
One of our friends was like, it's stupid to live like that, because what's the point in living? Because you don't have a purpose, because you don't believe in anything. Like, I don't want to say I don't want to say it's stupid to be alive. Like, everyone has a purpose, but
I think that, like, again, like, you can follow the path that will lead you to your greater purpose, or you can stray away from that. So it's like, let's say I end up liking my bad man ways, and I decide to become a bad person, but yet I had a path that I could have, I don't know, cured cancer. Like, but I still decide not to take that path. It's like one of those. Oh, it's kind of like a back for it situation.
Some other, wait, were you gonna
Nothing.
say? Oh, I was gonna say some other, like, another topic, like, can you be a part of the LGBT
I need to talk.
community and still be religious? Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I should actually talk first.
Go ahead, Jess.
In my opinion, I think that I honestly don't like how people, like, kind of, like, what is it? They, like, neglect. They kind of, like, they, like, what is it? They, like, shun them out, I guess. And especially all the, like, Christian parents who, like, kick their kids out for being gay. That's not being a Christian. Like,
it's not.
Because, okay, the thing about it, you can be, because in the Bible, it literally says God doesn't hate the sinner.
Anybody.
He only hates the sin. So, even if being, like, gay or whatever, being part of LGBT is a sin, he doesn't hate you. He hates the sin. So, he can hate you for being, like, he won't hate you for being like that, but he'll hate this, like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think you can be, because you have your right to do whatever, honestly, so.
I was gonna say, I was gonna add to that. Oh, yeah. I don't like people who do not like it. Who don't, like, I don't like
Who
people.
verbally go, like, I don't like you because you're gay and I'm
Exactly,
Christian
yeah.
and that's against my religion.
Or maybe it's not even, like, just people in general. Maybe, like, maybe this is for another podcast. But people in general who are like, I don't like gay people. I think it's gross. And, like, it's like, but
thing is,
if God can love them, and God is better and bigger than all of us, and God isn't like, I don't like you because you chose to go against what I want. Like, that's what I try to tell people who are homophobic or stuff. I'm like, you can't be like that, because if God loves them still, you have to love them. Like, you don't have to be near them, but, like, people who are like, oh, I want to kill gay people, like, calm yourself down, because you're not any better than them. Just because they like the same sex and you like the opposite sex, you're not better. So if God can still love them, and, like, and maybe it might hurt God because he didn't, like, that wasn't his necessary plan, I guess. But if God can still love them, you have no reason not to love them, unless they do something, like, but you can't, like, hate gay people in general and stuff. And, like, I agree with you about how gay people can be religious, because, like I said, religion and spirituality are different. Like, if you have your spiritual, like, you have a relationship with them, you go, live your life, I guess.
Because they're still people. Like, the thing about it is that they're making it seem as if, like, they don't have any emotions. Like, they're just there. Like, they're just gay, basically.
They're humans. They came up with the topic of, was like, are you playing God? And, like, is, genetic engineering playing God? Like, if you change the genes of a baby because you don't want them to have, like, Down syndrome or something, are you playing God because God wanted them to have that thing? I remember the point came up, like, it kind of is playing God, because you are changing what God wanted it to be. But then I came up
purpose.
that child's purpose. But then I came up with, again, with this stupid thinking. I was thinking of like,
make my baby have pink hair.
If God made that person be able to, like, if God knew, you know what I'm saying? That's this whole thing about God knowing everything, right? And if he knew that this person was going to change this baby's gene, isn't it technically like God changing the gene in a way? Because he made this person. He was like, okay, you're gonna change this baby's gene, like not in like a way like, oh, I'm gonna make it, like trying to help the baby, of course, like not in a bad way, like they're just trying to look out for the baby's best interest.
You mean he made the person that he knew was going to make it possible for people to change genes?
Yeah,
change
but no, like
genes?
he made everybody, and if that God made that and put that plan in this person's head that you're going to be able to do genetic engineering and you're gonna do this and change the gene of a baby, that's kind of like God. But that's kind of like the baby's purpose. That's God's purpose for the baby to be that genetic engineered baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then so that's kind of like, you can think, was it God's idea or was it the devil's idea to stray people more into science and not religion?
I'm not idea. Like, I hate that's all true. Of this.
no, but I'm not saying like I believe that like playing like don't play God, don't like if God wanted, okay, you see, but then that also comes with the thing, does God want people to be sick? And God doesn't want people to be sick. Does God want people to have mental illnesses? No, that's sin. That's like people sitting, like if you smoke, if you do drugs, that's people doing that, that's making these babies come out like that. So that's kind of like another thing. If you're taking that away, like you see what I'm trying to say? Do you understand?
You said that if we repeat that again.
I was saying, okay, if God doesn't want you to be sick, God doesn't want you to have a disease or a mental illness, right? It's sin and people's sins, like if you smoke or do drugs, that is sometimes affecting this baby, right? So if you are trying to get rid of that and trying to like fix what sin did. I mean, if you're trying to fix what sin did, that kind of sounds like you're playing God. But if you're trying to fix that,
fix the thing.
Because God doesn't want you to be sick. Yeah. You're not. I mean, you're not necessarily being God, but I don't know what I was going with that.
Something like that. It could be God's trying to make a good outcome of what probably occurred because of sin. But then you would have the people that be like, okay, you know what? Instead, I'm going to change my kid's eye color, skin color.
Make it a red eye.
Gender, hair. And then that would be the sin part of what God was trying to make good out of.
Yeah. Like, if you change everything, that's playing God, I feel like. But if you're trying to help it and take away the sin because it wasn't God's plan wasn't for this baby to... You see, again, with this whole thing, God doesn't want the baby to be sick, but God knew the baby was going to be sick. So, like, it's that whole thing again. But...
Like, if you could use this gene thing to get rid of, like, the baby... Like, say your baby's going to be born with, like, cancer. If you could use, like, the gene thing to get rid of the cancer. Wouldn't you do that, though?
Like...
Yeah.
That would make sense.
I also... There's this one part of the song where it was singing... Where one verse of the song was that if you are the healer... It means I'm broken and lame. And the guy, he came from a religious background. I think like grew up in like a Jewish home or a Catholic or something. And that verse, he was saying that because he's sick, like he's been sick. I don't know if like he physically feels pain or whatever, but he is sick. And he's saying that, referring to if you are the healer as in God, it means I'm broken and lame, which is him, and he's probably asked God to heal me because I'm in pain, whatever, can you please help me? But he came to the realization that God wants him to be sick so he can say the things that God needs him to say that can only be said by a broken person. So it's not like, I want you to be sick, because I don't like you, so no, I need you because the words you would say broken will help.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Millions. So it's like, sometimes people, though we may think of no one should be broken in any form, mentally, physically, but sometimes it's what they need to be to fulfill,
to help somebody else.
Yeah, a greater purpose.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, okay, it was their plan to God's plan. Okay, I don't necessarily want you to go through pain, but if you're going through pain, you could help somebody else or you could do something. And yes, that's the plan God had. So yeah, I guess like I need to just get all my topics and write them down, because every time I start saying something, I go somewhere and I don't know where I was going with it, and then I have to be like, you're stupid, come back, stop it. Oi. I think we should end there.
Yes.
Because people gotta go. So we're just gonna end it there. this was a topic that this was a topic that had a lot of many other topics. We had conspiracy theories, we had the Mandela effect, we had what is the afterlife, religion, we had like everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast number 2. Hopefully we'll see you.
Start going to school now. We have nothing to talk about.
we're putting all of our thoughts here. So we'll see you in our next podcast, or we won't see you. You won't see us. You'll hear us in our next podcast. So goodbye. No, we all say bye now. So bye.
Bye. Annyeong.